Welcome to the Five. Great to talk to you. So
Thank
let's talk a little bit about some of the anti-Tesla violence. Your car company was...
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it was a leftist dream come true. It was technologically advanced. It was the word of mouth was better than any car company, arguably, on the market. And now the left is trying to make it a pariah by tying their anti-Elon politics to violence. How do you talk the unhinged off the ledge, and how do you counter that violence that you're seeing at Tesla dealerships?
Yes, it is remarkable that there is so much violence. People have burnt cars, they've fired bullets into dealerships, they've scratched swastikas into Teslas of the innocent people that they're just going about their lives. They've done nothing wrong. And Tesla's done nothing wrong as a company. And so I find it ironic and incredibly hypocritical that the same Democrat politicians who would want to throw someone in prison for 20 years simply for watching things at January 6th, but not actually doing any violence, you don't hear a single word from them about the actual violence happening against Tesla. What incredible hypocrites they are. It's outrageous. I mean, really, this is fundamentally a case of terrorism. It's wide-scale domestic terrorism with the purpose of intimidation, and it's harming innocent people. It's really terrible. And I think what we actually have to get to are the people who are organizing and paying for these attacks and protests. That's who we really need to go after, because the people who are actually throwing the Molotov cocktails, they are the foot soldiers. Right. But we need to go after the generals, and we're going to do so. The president has made it very clear that we're going to go after those that are paying and organizing these violent attacks. And Attorney General Bondi has said the same thing. I believe that is exactly what will happen.
Do you know who they are?
We're coming for them.
Do you know who those generals are?
We know. We do.
Yes. And hopefully the prosecution will be for RICO and an organized criminal enterprise, which makes the penalties even more serious. And now to Jessica.
Yes, absolutely. These are serious crimes where the organizers and pushers of mass violence will go to prison for a very long time.
That's right. Okay.
And I hope they see this segment.
Well, we'll play it again. Jessica.
Wow, that's nuts. They know who it is. I would love to see the uncovering of that, because that's just going to be another one of those. You know, I love being in the tinfoil realm, you know? I loved it so much that I fashioned out a Speedo and I put it on a long time ago. But I'd love to see for that type of theory to lose its tinfoilness and just become a real thing. Like conspiracy Pinocchio, you've become a real theory out there in the world. Go ahead. Go out there into the regular zeitgeist of thought. Please go. I can't wait for that to happen. I would love to see that. I hope they do have some people who they know are funding this. Wow. Could you imagine Soros? Someone like that? Or even worse. I mean, Soros, it would be like, it's not even George anymore. It's Alex. Alex runs it now. George is getting a little too old. He's like 90, 92 or something like that. But it's his son, Alex, that runs it. He's about my age, and he's been very open about spending money towards not these type of efforts of, you know, violence or vandalism or anything, but towards being very political. Very, very political. And he doesn't even have half the money that Elon Musk has. So I'm really excited to know who these generals are. I hope he actually does know something. He's not just blowing smoke right now. That would be great to see, because somebody needs to figure this out. You know, I had a whole back and forth with Jimmy Dore about that. Jimmy Dore took one of my tweets and he like lit me up on one of his segments on his show. He even posted it on YouTube. And he was just like, he was so taken back that I would think that a pro-Palestine rally or any type of protest could be infiltrated by bad actors who are actually funding certain things to happen. He was so flabbergasted that I could think that. But it's like, you know, people call me a classic liberal. He's an old school liberal. Same type of values, but, you know, us young people who may be classic liberal, I consider myself conservative, but, you know, we have a different understanding of how things work. You know, we know about the Red Squads from the 60s that infiltrated all sorts of things, you know, anti-war movement, you know, Black Panthers, they infiltrated everything, and it never stopped. It never stopped. The Red Squads, you should look up Red Squads. That was something that was funded by the government. And now we have different entities that are funding every single movement you've seen get infiltrated. There's a paper trail from the Open Society Foundation that George Soros runs all the way to BLM. The BLM was suing the Open Society Foundation for like $30 million or something like that. It's an actual case that's going on. Like, I'm not making this up. Like, I've followed the paper trails. You can see it. You can go to where these companies go. You could figure out who they give money to. You can't exactly see all of the money, but you can see who they interact with the most. And Open Society does it through the Tides Foundation, or the Tides Center, I think it's called, or Tides Center. And the Tide Center funds all these things. It funds BLM. It's funded the pro-Palestine movement. It's funded LGBTQ stuff. It's funded BLM stuff. Does all that. And the Tide Center, its biggest contributor is Open Society Foundation, which is ran by the Soros family. It's just a known thing. But yeah, he really got at me for that because he thought I was a moron for thinking that. But we're seeing it more and more. We're seeing it more and more. It's coming up. More and more. And the signs are always the same. I say it all the time. It's always destabilization. That's what you see at the core of it all. Destabilization of America. Scaring the citizens. That's what you see every single time. It's never just normal protests where they're like, hey, camera guy, come over here so I can tell you what our cause is. And this is our cause, and this is our demands. And we're going to be here until 6 p.m., and we're going to leave, and we're going to come right back. We're staying. We're going to make sure our voices are heard. You don't see protests like that anymore. A cameraman rolls up, and some guy just opens up a rainbow-colored umbrella and starts poking him. It's not the same landscape anymore, clearly. So I can't wait for Elon to say this. Man, Assault, you just said someone keyed your Tesla yesterday and tried to do half a swastika in the door. Wow. And you know who it was. Some 60-year-old weirdo. Wow. That's very... Look at you. Look at you not arrested, still walking around a free man. I don't know if I'd do this. I control myself the best I can. But if I saw, did you see? You probably saw because of the cameras if you have a Tesla. Okay, so you probably saw. You didn't probably walk up and actually see them doing it. That's a different ball game. So you actually, you know, you got to send that in. Send that in to your local police. Don't take it into your own hands. Don't bother confronting them. Send that over to the local police. Let them know that you know exactly who that is. That's it. If they don't know, if they can't actually figure out the guy's location, if they can't figure out the dude's location, just wait until you see him again. Call them up. Tell them that you already have a report in. You found the person who vandalized your car, and let them handle it. Let them handle it so he understands. Yeah, I have cameras. If I saw him, I would. Yeah, right? I don't know what I would do if I caught somebody. I think an ex-girlfriend of mine keyed my car one time. But I didn't drive a Tesla at the time. I was driving like a Ford Focus back then. And she just lit it up, like just all around. It was crazy. She was Jewish, so she wasn't putting any swastikas or anything, but she made her presence known. She saw, you know what happened? She saw me with my now wife. That's what happened. She saw me with my now wife in the car, getting out of the car. And then we went to sleep, woke up, and the car was keyed. So we kind of know that it was this ex of mine. But that's what happens when you meet a lot of crazy ladies. I've encountered a bunch. I talked to him for a minute. He was acting really weird at the time. I didn't know he had done it, but he was acting real nervous. Yeah, of course. Of course he was. His max blood pressure is like 140. He probably had his heart pumping at like 180, you know? Could have put him in the hospital if you talked to him any longer, you know? If you went for 2 minutes, it would have been over for that guy. Wild. Yeah, like I said, take that to the local police. You have the cameras, you have the footage. Go ahead and get that over there, because that needs to go. That can't just go unchecked, even if it is an old person, because it usually is an old person. It's either an Antifa type, I'm not gonna just say Antifa, but like, the type, they have blue hair, they have long hair, maybe it's long blonde hair, they're wearing COVID masks still, like those type of guys. They're wearing the combat boots, but they've never been in any type of combat before, like those type of dudes. It's usually them or old people. So I don't know. Ridiculous. And yeah, get them to pay for it. Elon Musk, despite what people say, Elon Musk has not stopped the social insurance. Okay? The social security is still flowing. So go ahead and just get one of that guy's checks so you can have your car repaired. You know what I mean? Like, you got to do something. This is ridiculous. Can't be doing that. 60. I always say there's nothing worse. And yeah, I'm sorry if this is someone out there. There's nothing worse than an old dude who's still like, yeah, man. Yeah, the man is holding me down, my black brothers. And they're still like leftist brainwashed. It's the saddest thing to see. Because, kids had to grow up through that. And he's probably like, me and my old lady do everything 50-50. Like they're just sad cases. Whenever I see old guys who are still super liberal and they're trying to go as far left as the left is going right now, and they're just going along with everything, they're just, ninth booster. I got 9 of them all up and down. Like, oh God, it's like, ugh. Those guys, they're just the saddest case, man. But we'll see. Lucky buffed most of it out. These guys are crazy, but I filed a report with the police. Amazing that you buffed it out. Still make them pay for it. Put your labor on there. How much is your labor worth? I say it's worth $400 an hour. And I say it took you 3 hours to buff it all out. That's what I say. Go for it. Oh, man. But yeah. Sorry that happened to you at the end of the day. Sorry that happened to you. Brainwashed by the news. Yeah, 100%, man. Brainwashed by the news. It's interesting.